Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of What's Next Kentucky Radio. I'm your host, Mario Maitland, joined by my co-hosts, Malik Winfrey, Jacob Carpenter. We're back with yet another episode, as we always do here on What's Next Kentucky Radio. We're here every Thursday, and you're listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. My guys, welcome back for yet another episode. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing okay?
Pretty well.
Of course, man. It's a little hot out there, man. He's getting up there. I think tomorrow is supposed to be 97. Today's, I believe, 94, 95, around that range. It's real hot. Wasn't as hot last week, but this week it's definitely getting hot.
As soon as I start walking to classes and stuff, of course, it's going to be heat wave. You know it.
I was going to say, yeah, it's first day of classes for a lot of students at UK. Last week, it was a lot cooler. I guess the students, they brought the heat with them, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, unfortunately, because I'm not trying to walk in that heat, especially for like STEM majors where they go to like labs and stuff. You gotta wear like full lab stuff, like out in the heat. It's like 95 degrees.
You complain now, but in a few months,
hate that.
In a few months, it's about to get real.
I like winter more so than I do summer.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know there's a lot of people that's like that. They like the cold compared to the heat, man. So let's get right into it, man. First topic for today. Drake, everybody knows Drake, big time artist. He's releasing his new album called For All the Dogs. It releases August 25th. And did you guys get a chance to see the album cover? It was pretty interesting.
I haven't.
You haven't? You gotta check that out, man.
I like it. It's actually, like I said, it is pretty interesting. It's not like your typical like album you expect, like with some special design with someone worked behind it, paid him a couple. Who knows, however much they get paid. But I seen that was like designed by his son. So that was pretty cool for me.
I was going to say, man, like typically the album covers that you see, like it has that a special look. Like, when people take pictures and be like, hey, man, that could be an album cover.
Man,
you know
like
what I mean?
artist.
Yeah. But nah, this one, his album cover by Drake's actually was designed by his son. So that's pretty cool just to see him like kind of get his son involved and, show his creativity and his artistry. That's cool to see, man. I love to see that, man. What songs you guys, I guess, what are y'all looking forward to for this new album by Drake? Honestly, he's probably one of the best in our game today. What are y'all looking forward to for his latest album?
Just like the whole entire album, like it's called For All the Dogs.
For All the Dogs.
I mean, that sounds pretty dope to me. Honestly, I'm just ready to listen through it.
Sounds like it's gonna be some toxic songs in there, man.
Yeah, I ain't setting no standard just because it's Drake. He's a pop star today.
He is a pop star.
Who knows what to expect? He gave us a ballroom album one time, like with just a bunch of dance
songs, right?
So like,
man.
I don't know what to expect.
What's your? I guess like since we on the topic of Drake, what's your favorite Drake album or Drake song? Give it to me.
It's got to be Views, favorite album.
Views. You like Views?
Views.
Views are solid. What about you, man?
For me, it's simple. It's God's Plan.
God's Plan. That's your favorite song. Yeah, that one. I remember when that came out, man.
That
was all over the place, man. I don't know. Mine's probably, I got to go with, I like some of the old Drake, man. I'm going to take care of
feelings, Drake.
I like Take Care, man. I like some of his old stuff, man. I thought I saw something online that he was going to do like a Take Care 2 album. I don't know if he's really going to do that.
You want that.
Hey, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind, man. Drake give it to you anyhow, any way, that's Drake for you, man. Moving on, we got Skip Bayless, new Undisputed. We talked a little bit about this last week, but, his show Undisputed, they had Shannon Sharp before. Now they're adding a few co-hosts. Richard Sherman's coming on there. Lil Wayne's going to be there every Fridays. Man, you guys excited for that?
Yes, yeah. It's going to be a lot of controversy, a lot of clips, basically just like a lot of celebrities, like Lil Wayne, like sports, not sports, doesn't matter. It sounds like he's just bringing everybody on.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess, like, it's kind of crazy to say, like, I'm going to definitely tune in first couple episodes, but it's like, not even like, because I don't know, maybe not too many people really watch cable TV anymore.
I was going to say.
Like, it's so much competition because of that reason, like, everyone has like an opinion. Everyone has a podcast.
Everybody has a voice, man.
Right. Like I was just watching yesterday. Like I'm like Trey Young has a podcast. I'm like, wait, Trey Young has a podcast? Like
at this point, everybody's just making podcasts.
Yeah, everyone. Like if you can name them, Draymond Green, whoever.
I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but I feel like once we get down the road 5-10 years from now, I feel like every person's gonna have a podcast. Like it's gonna be a part of like just like you have your social media accounts, you'll have your own podcast. Like each person will have their own podcast.
I can feel you with that.
I think
that's
sure. That's what's gonna be the future for like social media. You have your Instagram, you have your Twitter, you got your YouTube account, you also got your podcast. Like, hey man, check
that makes sense because like I just heard someone say like social media is even like really for pictures no more. It's really for promotion.
No, really.
Yeah,
promotion, getting your voice out there, man. Everybody has a voice these days, man.
What I like to think of is it's like you're kind of like promoting like your own personal brand.
Yeah,
and I feel like podcasts like definitely helps you with that.
Definitely
way more
gives
than
you a voice. Definitely gives you a voice.
Past what social media can do.
Definitely gives you a voice. I mean, we're seeing it with NBA players, celebrities, everyday people. You know, everybody's trying to, everybody has something to say in the world, so they're trying to use their voice. So it's cool to see, man. Speaking of using your voice, how about Lonzo Ball? Apparently, him and Stephen A. got some uncalled, I guess, like so-and-so beef. Not serious beef, but, like joking around beef. Because Stephen A. Smith apparently said that, due to his alleged sources that Lonzo Ball couldn't sit down. Like, he couldn't even sit in a chair because he's that injured that he couldn't sit in a chair. I don't know if you guys saw that video that Lonzo Ball put out. But he sat in the chair, called out Stephen A. Smith, and called him out and said that, like, hey, man, you can't be doing this. Like, I actually can sit and I will be back. You guys excited to see Lonzo back on the floor?
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. I'm triple B till I die. That's always. Like, I'll be feeling like jokingly, like, I wish I was the missing ball brother, like, for sure. Like, LeVar could have been my dad.
You was that missing ball brother,
like, huh? LeVar could have been my dad. Like, I'd have been the third son in the league. Unfortunately, Jello still be in his situation, but hey, I would have made it. I would have used that height. You see, they all 6 foot and above. Like, you could definitely, you would love it.
I think I like the story in general. Just thinking of like looking back, like we all kind of watched them all grow up. Like I remember LaMelo Ball was dropping 92 points the other, a few years back in his high school game, and now he's.
It was 92.
I think it was 92.
I don't know. It was something crazy. It was something crazy. That's all I remember. Like.
Nah, for sure, it was something crazy. But yeah, I remember him doing that. And now he's the face of Charlotte Hornets. So it's like it's just crazy to see their journey, man. Shout out to LeVar Ball, guy who. I guess he put, he raised them the right way, and then like him doing all that definitely helped them. Like hyping them up, I think it helped them in a sense.
Yeah. It's crazy to think like in reality, like someone said, like there's no set way to do something. Like there's no exact way to like guarantee like I could get someone to the NBA, but it's almost like as if he found the secret, like to have 3 boys.
He got 3 of them,
and to get 2 of them to the NBA, and at least one of them was able to say like he played, he played in G League, he played,
and who knows? Summer League. Who knows? I hate to say it, but like, what if LeVar Ball didn't do that? The sunglasses issue, and we had that fallback, in China when he went over there. What if that didn't happen, and he, probably ended up as a first round pick? You just never know.
Never know. Like, and it's crazy to say. Like they say, I always thought like he had the best like actual shot. Like his is the most like natural. Nothing crazy. It's not like Lonzo's or like LaMelo's, because he kind of has like a push shot.
Yeah, LaMelo definitely has that push shot, man. Who's your favorite ball brother? Since we're on the topic, what are y'all favorite ball brothers out of the 3?
Probably just LaMelo with all his moxie, man. Just seeing him play on the court, man. Yeah, it's nice.
He's solid. Nice. He's solid.
I've always been a Zoe guy.
Zoe's interesting, man.
Like just everything. That UCLA, I remember just everything, just the battle with De'Aaron Fox and everything, just watching the games. Like he was always excited, and I remember actually that was the first time I watched the summer league when he got drafted.
And Zoe was interesting because he had so much hype coming into the league. I mean, you got a guy. I think he was a number 2 pick. Got his own shoe, playing in his own shoe. I don't know if you guys heard about his whole shoe issue, but that they said that's why he kind of has these injuries was because of the shoe, because it wasn't made correctly or whatever the case was. I can't remember what podcast I was watching, but they said that I think Lonzo said himself that he had to change his shoes every quarter because it was so bad. But it's crazy to see though. It's definitely crazy to see.
No, for sure.
For sure. Let's move on to the next topic. Probably our last topic before we go to break. Since we're on basketball, let's keep it on basketball, man. James Harden apparently got fined by the NBA for $100K, due to his comments calling, the Philadelphia Sixers, Daryl Morey a liar. What are your thoughts on James Harden? Was he wrong for that? Do you think the NBA is pushing a little bit too much with 100K? Should they going for maybe 50K? What do you guys think?
I think James is just laughing at the NBA. Like 100K is nothing for him. Like that's like me getting like a grand and then being fined like $50. It's like it's kind of like you like lose more respect for him because like that's not gonna work. Like that's not gonna change anything. Okay, and James Harden just loves staying in the news. Like I feel like we're gonna talk about him like every time we come in here. I know it's gonna be something James Harden, like James Harden, always.
He's just always in the news.
Yup.
I saw something that said like, it's talking about like how like when we talk about basketball, you're like, oh, Kyrie Irving, like his bag so deep, like he has a bag. Like they're like, oh, when it comes to like trying to get traded or like being in the media, like James Harden has a bag. Yep. Like they're like, oh, like he knows how to pull out the fat suit or he knows how to start drama. Like they're like, yeah, he has the biggest bag when it comes to trying to get traded. Like. They're like, Damian Lillard needs to learn something from the James Harden bag on how to like cause problem for your team to make them want to trade you.
I said it last week on last week's episode. I said James Harden is not the person you want to be wanting. He's not the person you want to trade. Like if you had like him on your trading block, no, don't. Out of him, Kyrie, and probably Bron. I think I said Bron as well. Because Bron has so much power. Those are dudes you do not want to ask. Like, if they request for a trade, it's going to be a headache.
Is it like, you just feel like James Harden when people, like, just never happy?
It's starting to seem like
it's
that.
Like, it's never enough. Like, whatever goes wrong, it's like, nope.
You can even see it, like even just going back to Houston, like, the way he left there. Because they were having so much success. Like, even though they didn't make the championship, like, they were still having so much success. Yeah. And he just pushed himself out of there.
I'm hearing this rumor from alleged sources that his jersey's retired in the strip clubs. Like
James Harden he's always in some strip clubs.
Apparently they actually hung one of the strip clubs hung his jerseys. Apparently, like I don't know if it's the same source as Stephen A. Smith or like I'm not sure.
Sources these days, man.
Probably a better source, honestly.
Probably, man. But we got to go on break. When we get back on break, we'll switch up the gears a little bit, talk a little bit about Japan and what they got going on over there. And we also it's Kobe Bryant's birthday today. So shout out to Kobe. Rest in peace to the guy.
Black Mamba.
We'll talk about that. And then, Ravens, of course, they lost to the Washington Commanders. After 24 consecutive preseason wins, their first loss, man. It's tough. We'll talk about that when we get back after the break, okay? You are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. What's Next Kentucky Radio with my co-host Malik Winfrey, Jacob Carpenter. We're back again after the break. We hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday night. But we're gonna give you some more to listen to, man. We got a lot of topics that we gotta break down. Yesterday, 23rd, was Kobe Bryant's birthday. The late great Kobe Bryant. Obviously yesterday was his birthday. Man, what do you guys have to say? I know it's been tough. For me, I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan. Was an even bigger Kobe Bryant fan once he passed away. What are y'all thoughts, man? The late great Kobe Bryant would have been 45 today, I believe. So, what are y'all thoughts?
Rest in peace to him. We to this day and in the future, we need to keep on promoting his stuff, promoting what he was about, his legacy, because that's really, really important. Like, for me, growing up, like, Mamba mentality, like, that was something that inspired me. And for this up-and-coming younger generation, like, I feel like it's important that we keep that with them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
If there's anything, like, I, like, think and take away from it, it's, like, it's definitely just, as many people do, like, just that strong work ethic, like, when I think Kobe
mentality,
Bryant, like, I just think work ethic, like, just thinking about, like, not even just necessarily on the court, but off the court as well, like, just what he talks about, what he's, like, just thinking about what he's been able to achieve, like, what is he, like, was it the Grammy he won, like, for Oscar he won for his novel, and all those different things that, like, he talks about, just about how to go about things, to become successful towards whatever goal you set to accomplish.
So young, though, man. So young to see a guy pass away. Like I say, he would have been 45 today. Sometimes, man, I feel like the good ones they go early, man. For some reason, they go early. I mean, I can list a whole bunch of people that went early, man. But yeah, Kobe, sad to see him go. His legacy, like you said, Jacob, is gonna continue going on and on. But we got more to talk about, man. How about A'ja Wilson? This is the WNBA scoring record. She hit 53 points versus Atlanta Dream. Man, what do you guys think about that? 53 is a whole lot of points, man.
She like that.
She's like that, yeah, for sure.
She like that.
I'm not even like, I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not like.
I am. Like, I'm pretty surprised.
Why are you surprised?
I just feel like
believe in her.
Nah, I mean, I just feel like she's 53 points it's hard, man, to get 53.
You know what's crazy? Like, so here's some like her former teammate, Liz Cambage, was someone who had the record with 53 points. She's no longer in WNBA, you know. But that's crazy to think like Liz Cambage was like once her like on her team,
right?
On the same team. So it's like, you know, I know the Aces is defending champions, you know. So it's just like, you know, they're already amazing as they are. So it's almost like what could have been, you know, if she was still playing.
Nah, for sure. Interesting to see, you know, I feel like the WNBA has a lot of talent that a lot of people don't know about, and they don't get that exposure. You know, it's always been like that, but it is getting better. I feel like 10 years from now, you know, hopefully
the game is growing.
The game is growing, yes. For sure. Like 20 years ago, no. 10,
hey,
15.
And shout out Kobe to that too,
promoting the WNBA,
promoting the women's game with his daughter Gigi.
Yep,
I remember when I was a kid, all I knew was Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie,
yeah. Like then, as the game grew, I became more and more familiar. You know, whether was it Candace Parker or Maya Moore. You know, and now that I'm older and I'm very aware of the game, it's like okay, now I can name more than 1, 2, 3 players. Their games get more nationally televised, so it's like
put some respect on the WNBA, man. Put some respect on them. Man. Switching gears from the WNBA to the National Football League, I talked about a little bit about this before we went on break. Baltimore Ravens lose against the Washington Commanders after 24 consecutive wins. What do you guys think about that, man?
It's just
24.
Preseason.
20.
It's still just preseason.
You got to keep the streak going, though.
You know what that like to betting people? That's like something serious.
Yeah,
They're like, wait, what? Like, you gotta remember, this is like winning 24 consecutive preseason games. That's like thinking like, oh, that's guaranteed hit.
Guaranteed, automatic.
And then the Washington Commanders at that. Oh yeah, that's another win. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Let me up at 10x to my original bet. Oh no. They lost it.
You know, but they were like, there was an argument saying that this game is like, it's the NFL preseason played harder than the NBA regular season. They're arguing.
People were fighting for spots.
They're arguing that these guys care more than the NBA players care about the regular season. They're like, oh, it's just the Hornets versus Milwaukee on a Wednesday in November. Who cares? Like compared to these guys like playing hard for games that don't count.
NBA terms, I mean, the regular season doesn't really mean much at all anymore compared to the playoffs. I mean, you're seeing stars in the NBA sit during the regular season.
Low management.
You know, and
it's weird because, like, even the All-Star thing, I hate to bring up the All-Star thing, but you got guys, like, in the All-Star game, we know how, you know, uncompetitive that is, but, you know, you see them in pickup, and it's like, man, why can't they play like that in the All-Star game? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just, like, a thing where they're just, like, just not locked in the All-Star game compared to playing when they're playing.
You think we should blame like Dwayne?
I think they're so like.
You think I should
just about themselves?
You think we should blame Dwayne?
Dwayne Wade?
Yeah, you remember the time he broke Kobe's nose in the All-Star game?
Yeah. Nah, I don't. I think it's more of like.
I haven't seen the game played hard since then. Like since he broke Kobe's nose in the All-Star game. Like, and that was like back when those games used to come down to like 1-2 points.
I think it's a pride thing, man. I think it's just it's like a too
or
cool
is it a friendly thing?
Is that part of it.
Too close to everyone.
Too cool, too friendly. You know,
all these guys play AAU together.
Yeah,
they're all friends.
Yeah, that has a lot.
They're like, all right, chill.
Yeah.
Like, what is it like when you go to the gym? Sometimes someone's like, "Are you gonna run? Like, let's just chill." You're like, man, we got on a court to play. They're like, bro, just chill with me.
Man, Jacob, man.
Yep. I'm gonna be presenting up the next topic. So, we all know, University in South Carolina and UK face off during the football season. Late in the season, it has just been announced that in Columbia for this game. Darude, who is the creator of Sandstorm, will be there for a concert before the game. It's going to hype up the USC crowd like more and more.
Is this at South Carolina?
Yes. It's at South Carolina.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Is he performing like before the game?
Yep, before the game. And Sandstorm is like their pregame hype song. It's a pretty famous, like everybody knows about it. But USC or University of South Carolina, because it is not USC, it is U of SC. So U of SC is, I guess, claiming this is now a rivalry just because they've won the last game.
Oh, wow. That'd be a lot. That'd be a lot to do, for on USC's University of South Carolina's part if they lose. Like, that's a lot. Like, say they do
that'd
all
be embarrassing.
this. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot.
In fairness, there was no Will Levis. There was no
Will Levis
right?
No Will Levis. No Will Levis. But hey,
celebrating a win over a backup quarterback, man.
They fumbled on the first drive.
They desperate.
I remember that game. Yeah, that was at Rupp. I'm sorry, that was at Kroger Field.
Yeah, you remember that game? I turned it off at the first possession.
Rich Gorello.
I saw I remember it. I remember the very first possession, the fumble and everything. Like once Will didn't play and I saw the fumble, I turned it off. Like I promise you, I did not get a game, no chance. I looked back at the score; they was getting blown out. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I expected.
Wow. At least you don't have to watch it, Malik. You made the smart choice. You said, I'm going to turn it off. I'm not. I had to watch it. I was at Texas Roadhouse. They had the big screens in front of me. They were playing it. I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of Kentucky fans.
Y'all had it better than me. I was at the game.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
I was at the game.
That's the worst. You had the first-hand experience, man. That's rough. That's definitely rough.
That started the Spencer Rattler chain. As soon as we lost that, he went on a spree.
Yeah, so. that was rough, man.
They're going to get killed this season, though.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Offense is upgraded, and I think what's really crucial to UK this year that no one's talking about is all the coaches.
Yeah, we got some new coaches.
Talented.
We got some new coaches
so good.
As well. Yeah.
Got the same DC, and I think last year only one team got over 22 or 23 points on us. Like, that's a pretty incredible feat.
I don't want to
especially in the SEC.
You don't want to get too riled up?
Don't want to get too riled up. We already gave them a lot of praise already, and they have not played one game. And knowing how, life likes to work, they like to try to come back, make us look crazy.
Okay, so
I feel like we gave them too much praise before they played the first game.
Yeah, but doesn't it feel good whenever your takes come true?
What are we, like 2 weeks out from the first game?
You were 2 weeks out. They're going to win.
2 weeks out from the first game. So I'm going to just stay from there. Every comment from there.
When are you going to decide? When are you going to evaluate the team?
After the season.
I give them a preseason evaluation. I can't just keep hyping them up like it's going to get to their head. Like, from here on, you got to play the games. Like, before more praise comes.
They're going to win a lot more before they lose. They'll probably win the first 4 games, hands down. Then
probably.
That's when you're going to get
What is it? Florida's like game 4?
Florida, I believe, is game 4, yep.
Yeah, they win first 4. I'm on the train. I'm on the train. Like, mind you, I'm rooting for them all first 4.
What happens?
I think honestly that they win the first 4. I think for me it's about how easily and how they handle winning the first 4.
I think one of the games is EKU.
It's like style with which you win.
That's true.
Yeah, like you cannot beat EKU by 10 points, and it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna be great. No,
a win is a win.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I mean, it is, but like,
I'm kidding.
But it kind of sets the expectations.
I put you out there with a JV basketball team and you barely win. You don't see a problem with that, Mario?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, whoa.
That's a lot, but yeah, they'll win their first 4 games. What about? Hypothetically, they beat Alabama. What is that looking like for you guys?
Honestly, I think it's more impressive for them to beat
Malik
Georgia.
Is giving me a.
I know. Yeah,
he's giving me a straight face.
You that side eye.
Are you serious? Face? Are you serious?
We're not even gonna talk about that.
Honestly,
this guy dreams big.
Big
guy dreams big.
Big dreams, man. Go Cats. Go Cats. Big dreams.
I think it's more likely that they beat Alabama than it is that they beat Georgia, just because the way it's kind of changed. I feel like Georgia's become more dominant than Alabama in the past 2 years.
Yeah, Georgia's tough, but
Malik looking at me like you crazy.
Alabama.
Crazy. Mind you,
let's at least get one.
The past 2 games against Georgia, we weren't even blown out.
Let's get one.
No, we were blown out. But mind you, if it was Nick Saban, he would have blew us out. I'm not kidding. Like, he would have blew us. Bryce Young would have blew us out. We're talking about Heisman Trophy versus what was Georgia's quarterback? Who remembers? Don't even matter. Don't even matter.
Sets a betting gonna come for you, man.
It's not to say Georgia's trash. No.
No, absolutely not.
We're talking about another bracket, another tier. Like, we gotta consistently beat the. Who did we lose to? Was it Ole Miss? We lost. No, not Ole Miss. What is it that?
Was it Missouri that we lost to?
No.
We lost to Ole Miss.
It's Ole Miss. They were wearing their blue jerseys. Who had the
light
blues?
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was a close game.
And it was like, is it Ole Miss that's Lane Kiffin?
Yep.
Yeah. We got beat Ole Miss.
Lost to a celebrity. I mean,
beat Ole Miss. We got to beat. Like Mississippi is the poorest state in the United States. Not to say that has something to do with football, but we got to beat that. Like Brett Favre was stealing from the state of Mississippi. I'm sorry, but like they have other problems they could be focused on. Like that, we should be able to beat them.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. We're waiting until 4 games, right? 4 games before we actually can evaluate the Wildcats. I'm excited to see a whole bunch of those
Tennessee.
guys.
Tennessee.
Tennessee would be a bit if we can beat Tennessee.
They were higher ranked than us at one point. I think they made it to 2.
Let me tell y'all a story. So, 2 years ago, whenever Tennessee came to Kroger Field and they played, and we lost on like the last minute of the game. I'm walking out because I was there, and I kid you not, there are these fans using the porta potty. Okay, there are people in them. Okay, and these Tennessee fans go over and they trying to push over the porta potty with the people in there.
It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah,
it's gonna get crazy.
I hate Tennessee fans.
It's gonna get crazy, ladies and gents. Football season's right around the corner, so. Tailgating and all that, it's going to be ready, man. Be ready to pack Kroger. Catter Day, it's coming.
Wear your blue.
Wear your blue for sure. Blue, white, blue, white.
Don't drink and drive. Drive responsibly.
Drive responsibly, please. Please, can't stress that. But that's all we got for today, ladies and gents. You're listening to WLXU 93.9, What's Next Kentucky Radio. Make sure you check out this episode on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're going to be throwing out some clips on social media as we always do. And we'll be back here Thursday night, 9 p.m. Make sure you're ready to tune in on 93.9 FM.